What's up, Sun Rays? Welcome back to the channel. It's Ray. If you're new here, welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a twist out on my hair, and I'm going to be using the Mielle Pomegranate line, pomegranate and honey line. And that's because I did a live recently, and those of you on the live gave suggestions as to what you wanted me to use out of some products that I showed you. And the pomegranate and honey line was one of the ones that was suggested, so I'm doing that today. I already shampooed and conditioned and deep conditioned my hair, and then I used the pomegranate and honey leave-in conditioner as my leave-in. I put it on all sections of my hair in the shower, and that's basically what it says to do. Apply to clean hair, you know, and don't rinse out. It said apply generously and don't rinse out. I didn't necessarily apply generously. I applied the way I normally would apply a leave-in. Okay, so it's already on my hair. And then I have two packets here. One is the Mielle Twisting Souffle, and the other is the Curl Smoothie. And I'm going to go ahead and use both of these, one on one side and one on the other, because I don't think one packet is enough for my hair, my whole head. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think that it is. So I said, well, this will give me an opportunity to use both, give my thoughts on both. And so that's what we're going to do, okay? Now, the Twisting Souffle says it enhances curls with semi-deep definition and intense hydration for thick, curly, type 4 hair. So I'm going to be using the souffle on my right side, I think. Let me just read it. It says to prime the hair with the leave-in, which I've done. It says to apply the souffle to section damp or dry hair. Finger comb through and distribute evenly before twisting or braiding. It says typically this is used to style twist outs. Okay, so I'm going to use this souffle for my twist out. And then on this side, the Curl Smoothie says enhances curls with soft definition for thick, curly, type 4 hair. And this one says to apply on damp or towel dried hair. Smooth into sections and do not rinse, style as desired. This says it gives soft definition for weightless curls, adding shine and preventing frizz. Provides deeper definition for finer hair types. Can be used daily as a moisturizer to provide long-lasting intense hydration for dry curls. So the smoothie look like it is for finer hair types, can be used as a moisturizer, can be used as a styler, just to style your hair, even in just your curls and everything. So we're gonna see. This is my looser texture over here, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it on this and see what it does. And then of course this one, the Twisting Souffle, is meant for twist outs for semi-deep definition, conditioning each strand while adding moisture and shine. And it's formulated for type 4 hair. So it says it has, does this one have it? It doesn't. So on this package it has definition and then product consistency, and it has these little circles here. Hopefully that's not blurry, and you can see where it goes down. So it's closer to this end, which means it should be pretty thick and it should define pretty well. So yeah. Alrighty, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna belabor the point. Leave-in's already in. I'm going to start back here, and I'm going to start adding the Twisting Souffle to the hair. So this is what my hair looks like with just the leave-in. I will say these products smell really good. They're sweet. They have a sweet scent to them. Just a nice scent. So, all right, let me open the pouch. Souffle. Hands are wet. Okay. So I'm trying not to use too much. See if I can get the consistency shot for you. So it is pretty thick, if y'all can see. I'm gonna get a little bit out. Yeah, look at that. That's really thick. So I'm just going to use that little bit. Uh-oh. And put it on this piece back here. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then I'm just going to twist. Now, this is a small section back here. I didn't mean to twist this small. I'm not going to twist small. I'm going to try to twist medium to larger twist. But just because I don't have a lot of products, so we're going to see how it works out. You can feel the emollients in the product. It said it can be used with the leave-in, so hopefully I won't get any flaking. Get some more. Now, both of these said to apply on damp or dry hair or damp to towel dried hair. I'm applying on wet hair because that's how I use my products. I don't wait for my hair to get damp. So keep that in mind, and I'll keep it in mind as well. If I can, I try to use products the way they say if they're not asking to do damp hair. And I even have tried to do damp hair before, but my hair still always seems to be a little wet because I'm low porosity. So, but if they're asking to do something else that don't necessarily require damp hair, I try to follow the directions. But for the most part, I want products to work the way that I normally do my hair. So that's why I'm still doing it on wet hair. So if it doesn't work for me on wet hair, then I probably would not continue to use it, just because I am not one that's going to sit around and wait for my hair to get damp when I know that there's products that work on wet hair and I can just keep going through my wash day and getting it done. I don't have to belabor it. I don't have to what's the term I'm looking for? Stretch it out, waiting for my hair, you know, to get damp. Now, one did say towel dried hair, but I don't put towels on my hair. I use towels to wipe my neck, wipe my hands, but a towel does not touch my hair, and that's why my hair is usually wet when I come up here. It has not been towel dried, so I'm not gonna do that either. And I just never did, you know, once I went natural and I was doing the curly girl method and they were saying not to use towels and to use t-shirts and microfiber towels and stuff like that, I just quit using towels on my hair and never went back. So yeah, so that's why I don't, just in case you guys are wondering. If you use towels, feel free to use them. They say that, you know, towels can break the hair. So hopefully if you are using something, you're using microfiber or t-shirt towels. But for me, I just don't use anything. I put my hair up in these little 4 sections and I get on up here and I start styling. I'm not sitting around for it to dry down and all that stuff. So yeah. Okay, still got the front to do. Hopefully I'll have enough. This is white, as y'all can see. It's a thick white cream. hopefully it'll soak in well, give me moisture and also definition, and hopefully it does not flake with the leave-in. This leave-in, well, it's, yeah, well, so this leave-in is a primer type leave-in in my opinion. That's why I said, that's probably why I say it's prime your hair first. It has that primer type consistency, somewhat thin, very similar to the As I Am classic leave-in to me. So it goes on nice. It doesn't sit on top of the hair. It's more of a translucent type consistency. Not all the way clear, but more translucent than white or whatever. So it doesn't, you can't see it like just sitting on your hair. Let me give you a shot for those of you who are not familiar with it. Oh, it's locked. Oh, guys. Okay, so it is kind of white. It's just one of those thin, it's opaque like. It's one of those thin white ones that when you rub it, it clears. You see what I'm saying? It clears. It's very thin and just goes right into the hair. So I do like that about it, but I just don't know how much moisture it's going to give me. So we're gonna see. This is not too straight, is it? See if we can straighten it out just a little bit. All right, it's not perfect, but it's a little bit better. Not perfect, but a little bit better. So yeah, so hopefully this has some moisture. I've used this leave-in before. I thought back in the day I liked it, but then when I used it, I was getting the leave-in. When I used it recently with the their firm gel that they came out with, or hard hold gel, or I forget what they called it, but I can't remember how I felt about it. I think I got a pretty good style, and I think the moisture was there. I just can't remember. I'll leave that video here in case you're interested. And I think because I can't remember, it probably just didn't leave a lasting impression on me. So we're gonna see. Maybe I need to use it again, which I am today. So it's going to be hard to tell whether the moisture is coming from the souffle. Well, it shouldn't be. If the moisture is coming from the souffle or the leave-in, because I'm using something different on this side. So if the moisture is pretty much similar, that'll be good. But if one side is definitely more moisturized than the other, well, no, we can still say it's the souffle and never necessarily the leave-in. Guys, I'm just rambling. I don't know. Y'all see what I'm doing. We'll just have to wait until the hair is done and see what we feel about the products. And hopefully it doesn't flake. You know what I'm gonna do? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try this leave-in, if I have enough. I think I do. I'm gonna try this leave-in. I'm gonna try the, I don't think I've done this before. I may have done it similar with some other leave-ins, but I'm gonna try this leave-in, the As I Am classic leave-in. That's similar. Any leave-ins I can find that's a similar consistency. I'm gonna try to do a comparison video using just the leave-ins to style my hair and see which one I feel is the most moisturizing. I probably should do this in two just to be on the safe side. yeah, let me know if that's something y'all would be interested in, seeing like 4 different leave-ins compared in my hair. See if I got 4 of them that I think is pretty much the same consistency, and go from there. If you guys have suggestions, leave it in the comment section and let me know, and I'll try to do that. That way I'll get a better gauge of, are the leave-ins actually moisturizing, or is it actually the product that I'm using on top that is giving the moisture. Sometimes you just gotta use leave-ins by themselves, or maybe I'll use a leave-in, 4 different leave-ins, and then maybe just help it out with the same mousse on top, and then I'll still be able to tell, because if one side is drier than the other and stuff like that, I know it's the leave-in and not necessarily the mousse, because I'm using the same mousse on all sides, all sections of the hair. But yeah, let me know. That might be interesting. That might be interesting. I'm gonna do this in 3. That might be interesting. I don't want to run out of cream, guys. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this side, and I'll come back when I start with this side. All right, guys, so I have the souffle all applied to this side, and technically I still got some left. I actually might have enough for this side, but I'm gonna go ahead and still use the Curl Smoothie just to knock out, you know, 2 combos in one day, so I don't have to keep bringing it back. Okay, so I'm going to, this one you can't tear. I'm gonna have to, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the Curl Smoothie on this side. I will say that the twisting souffle, I did like it better on wet hair. When I started down here and my hair was really wet, it smoothed it on better. As I got up here, it wasn't as wet. It was still wet, but wasn't as wet. And I could tell, I just felt like it didn't soak in as well. And I felt like it was a little bit harder to spread because it's so thick. So in my opinion, I don't know how you would like the application of this on damp or dry hair. I prefer it on wet hair, but that's just me. Now here is the smoothie, if you can see, and it is definitely smooth. Look at that, very thin. I didn't think it was gonna be that thin. Very thin consistency, very much like a sour cream. No, it's thinner than sour cream. Very much what does this remind me of? I don't know. A melted sour cream. I don't know. It's thin, okay? So we're gonna put it back here. We're gonna start back here. Again, my hair with just the leave-in. Looks good, feels good, still wet. And we're gonna add the smoothie to it. Get a little bit of it. I don't know how much to get because it's so thin. Look at that. It just, look at that. Wow. Okay. You can't even really feel it going on. I'm gonna get a little bit more. I don't want to use too much. Very thin. Very thin, very watery consistency. I cannot feel it on my hair. This is one of those products that as you put it on and you start twisting, it gets juicy and the water is dripping down your hands. That's the consistency of this. At least in this packet that I got from the World Natural Hair Show. That's where I got these, if y'all remember. So I don't know if that is supposed to be this thin of a consistency or not, because again, I've never used it. So y'all let me know if you have the smoothie, how thin is it? And do you like it? Do you feel like it's watery? Because I do. Especially compared to that twisting souffle. Yeah, maybe it is the consistency of a smoothie. Maybe that's what it is. Because I was going to say, to me, I would think that a souffle would be lighter than a smoothie. You know, a souffle, you're thinking it's fluffy, light and fluffy, but I don't know, guys. Anyway, this is very thin, very light. I can see how the definition would be soft. Like I said, it's going to be a soft definition. So I'm probably going to get 2 totally different looks on each side of my head. Okay. I feel like the souffle had an emolliency to it, had an emollient feel to it that I don't feel with this one as much. I don't, you know, you can't really see it on the hair very much. It's actually causing the hair to separate, kind of like it looks shingled and feels shingled, the curls. So yeah, just giving you guys an idea of the feel, but feels very watery. You see the water just dripping off my hands. See it just flicking. Now, I've had other, not creams, I don't think. I think I've had mousses do that, and I've had like lightweight gels do that. Sorry guys, my camera cut off. So I was saying that I've had other mousses and lightweight gels do that, where they kind of are watery, kind of drippy like, but I don't remember having a cream to do that. And the mousses and the gels that did that, they still provided some hold. So it doesn't mean that it won't have hold, okay? Just means that it's thin and watery. So we'll see. It did say soft hold, so we can't be surprised if it's soft. So anyway, yeah. But like I said, if you have tried either of these, the twisting souffle or the curl smoothie, let us know in the comments. Let us know which one you like the best, what you use them with. Do you pair it with this leave-in, or do you pair it with something else? And yeah, let us know how many days hold you get out of it and things like that. Leave all that in the comment section so we all can learn from you. Because again, I always say this, my head is one head and I have a certain texture hair, and so what works for me or how things work on me is going to be different than how they could work on someone else. So if you can leave any insight to these products down below, even tell what kind of hair you have, that would help people who are reading the comments. So yeah, okay. All right guys, y'all see what I'm doing. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this front section, and I'll be back when all the twists are in. Okay guys, so I'm back and I got all the twists in. It does look like these twists are a little bit more elongated right now than these, but it could be that these have just started to shrink. I don't know, but yeah, you can see the difference. Also, you see a lot less white on this side, even though I applied the product to this side last. So that tells you how thin the souffle is. You can still see the white from the, how thin the curl smoothie is. I'm gonna get these mixed up because I keep thinking that the souffle should be thinner than the smoothie, but I don't know. But anyway, the curl smoothie, you can see how thin it is. It's soaked in already, where the souffle still has white sitting on top, okay? They feel juicy right now. They feel moisturized. These feel wet, not necessarily juicy. They just feel wet to the touch, and they look like wet hair, like it's going to dry very crinkly like wet hair, where these may dry like a regular twist out. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna watch it. I still have a little bit of this left too. I possibly could have gotten through my hair with both of these, maybe. For sure, I think probably with the souffle, the twisting souffle, but I'm not sure about with this because this is just so thin. And I could have I don't think I used too much. I will say this though, when I put a little bit extra of the smoothie on my ends just to twirl it, I did feel like it had a little bit more heft than when I just put the product on there once. So maybe the more product you use, the more heft, or you know, that you'll feel. And it may help with definition the more you use, I don't know, but I just didn't want to use too much. I don't want a coated filling. I don't want flakes and stuff like that. So I used what I thought I needed. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let these dry and I'll be back for the takedown and we'll talk about the difference between the two. Alrighty, see you soon. Okay, guys, so I am back and we are going to take these twists down and see how this works. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these down.
To whom much is given, much is required. You've given freely that holy water. Promise to honor all you are. Father, we thank you for all you've done. We're letting go. We're letting go. We lay down every burden. We know you will sustain. So we will praise you 'cause you're worthy. Oh, let your fire come down. Oh, let your spirit reign. Do something different that we've never seen. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready. Forgive our expectations of trying to box you in. 'Cause God is so.
All right, guys, let's talk. So on this side of my head, I use the Mielle leave-in and the twisting souffle. Okay, this is the one that was a lot thicker, and I said that it felt better going on as far as, you know, smoothing on. It felt more like a twisting cream. The application of both of them weren't my favorite, but this one definitely felt going on better on wet hair to me than damp. I think I said that, and yeah, I feel like they gave pretty good definition, but I also feel like I can feel a coating on this side, and I don't necessarily care for the coating that I feel. It does have a little bit of a hold to it, so I think if you use this cream, you would definitely get the hold that you're looking for. But I feel like it looks dull, and I feel like I do have a little bit of frizz in certain areas, okay? But it definitely, and the frizz is mainly up here, and that probably could be due to the fact that I did work out and I did have a hat on my head, so that could be why. But it does have some good definition, but I don't like the coating and I don't like the dull look, okay? Now this side is the side that I use the curl smoothie on. This is the really loose consistency, and I said it felt like it was really juicy, kind of turned wet or watery when I applied it to the hair. I think I said when I applied more, it had a little bit more heft to it, and I applied more on the ends, and as you can see, the ends are still very defined. When I was waiting for them to dry, this side definitely felt like it had a little bit more moisture and softness to it, where this side felt like it wasn't going to be as moisturized, but after taking it down, I feel like this side is softer. There is a hold, but it is a softer hold. It is a hold that I prefer. So y'all remember how I like my hair. I prefer it because I don't feel like a coating on this side. It just feels like soft hair that has some definition to it. I felt like it separated just a little bit easier because it didn't have that coated feeling that was trying to hold the strands together. So it felt like it separated just a little bit easier. Again, there is some frizz on this side, which is to be expected because again, I had the hat on and everything. And then this is a softer hold, so it's probably going to have a little bit more frizz than this side. This one also seems a little dull to me. Doesn't have the luster, the sheen, and everything that I like, but it's not bad. I mean, I definitely would wear my hair out, but I feel like it's going to get duller as the days go, okay? I'm not gonna do too much more separating than this. I kind of just wanted to let y'all see how it looked. I think they look very similar. But if you like that thicker shea butter type feel and you don't mind a coated feeling and you want definitely the hold and the definition, then I would say go with the Twisting Souffle. If you're like me and you like more of a natural hair feel without the coated feeling, but you still want the definition, then I would say go with the Smoothie. And if you're looking for more shine, you might top your hair with oil or use oil to take it down or whatever. I know a lot of people do that. I don't use raw oils like that, so that could add a little bit more sheen to the hair. But yeah, guys, this is it. The other thing I will say about these products is that the smell is very strong. I'm trying to remember if someone said that in the comments when we were doing the live and this product was brought up. I want to think somebody said it, but I can't remember for sure and who said it. But this is a very strong. The scent is very strong to this line, okay? I mean, I smelled it. It bothered me throughout my sleep. I still smell it today. So if you're someone who is sensitive to smells, this may be a line that you want to stay away from, or you want to make sure you use very little of it, okay? But I don't even know if you use, because I don't feel like I used a lot, but that smell lingered. It's still lingering, you know, right now. So that's not something that I really like. I don't necessarily like my smells to linger like that unless they are really soft and they smell really clean or something like that. So yeah, just wanted to let those who are sensitive to smells or who have allergies or asthma or whatever to know, okay? It's on my pillowcase and everything, so I'll be changing my pillowcase out and washing my bonnet, okay? But all in all, I don't think it looks bad. It looks better than I thought. Would it be a repurchase for me? No, because of the smell, and especially the souffle wouldn't because of the heaviness. If for some reason I was given the Smoothie or something like that, I might use it, but it's not going to move some of my other creams out of the way, you know what I mean? But it definitely has the definition, okay? I gotta see how long the moisture lasts, so I'll try to come back on day 3 like I do. Okay guys, popping in to show you 3rd day hair using the Mielle Pomegranate and Honey leave-in conditioner all over, the Twisting Souffle on this side, and the Curl Smoothie on this side. So these are my 3rd day results, as you can see. Okay, still a lot of definition with a little bit more frizz over here, which I kind of enjoy. And then still a lot of definition on this side. A little bit more separated, a little less frizz on this side. Both sides look pretty dull in my opinion today for day 3. They didn't look real shiny day 1. So, you know, I'm not surprised. still looks a little dull. I will say that I like the feel of this side better, which I said before. This side just feels like hair for the most part, and it still feels somewhat moisturized in my opinion. It feels better, where this side to me feels a little harder. That could have something to do with this side having just a little bit more hold to it. I also feel like this cream was so thick that it just did not, you know, penetrate well into my hair for some reason. In my opinion, it's just kind of sitting on top, where this side I feel like the Smoothie penetrated a little bit better, went into the strands, is holding the definition as well as the moisture, and I don't feel the same coated feeling that I feel on this side, if that makes sense to you. Both sides to me are wearable. Both sides are wearable. So I would say it depends on what you like. If you like a really thick cream and you don't mind, you know, a little bit of a coated feeling, and you know that you want the definition that is going to last you, then the twisting souffle may be for you. But if you're someone who likes a little bit of a lighter product, you don't want the feel of a coating on your hair, you just want your hair to feel like hair. It kind of reminds me of when you use a mousse and you take your hair down and you just feel, you know, you have the definition, but you don't feel a lot of stuff on your hair because you used a mousse. That's kind of what this souffle reminds me of to the touch. And so if you like that, then you may go for the, the Smoothie. That's what the Smoothie reminds me of. So if you like that, you would want to go with the Smoothie. Am I getting the names mixed up? The souffle, twisting souffle over here for stronger hold, lighter hold, the curl smoothie. If I was to pick these up again, I would go with the curl smoothie. That's just me and what I like for my hair. But you do what's best for your hair. But this is what it looks like. I definitely could go out like this today if I needed to and feel okay with my hair, but I am going to wash it tomorrow. It's not one of my favorite twist outs. I'm going to say that in regards to feel and the way it looks. On camera it probably looks a little bit darker, but in person it's very dull. So yeah, that's what I got to say about it. Not a whole lot. Would it be a repurchase for me in a big jar? No. But again, y'all, if you've been with me for a while, you kind of know what I look for my products to do to my hair and make my hair feel, how I like them to make my hair feel. So I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm saying that they are just not for me, but they definitely defined the hair. They definitely gave me a nice twist out with definition and things like that. My hair feels okay. To me, it feels like it's getting to the drier side, but for day 3, it feels okay. So for me, day 3 hair, I think it looks good. I'm probably going to wash it tomorrow or the next day, so mine will last me 4 to 5 days, which is around what I normally do anyway. But I do think that these could get you 7-day hair. You just got to be ready for a little bit of frizz here and there. And it's also going to depend on how much you separate your hair. I separate my hair a lot. I did go in day 2 do a big twist and twist it up just to get it to loosen up and elongate a little bit. If you don't do those things, you may not get as much frizz as I got, but I like a little bit of frizz in mine. So there you go. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know how you felt it held up, if you like the twist out or not. Let me know if you'll try these products after this video, after seeing my review. Let me know in the comment section below. If you've already tried them and you love them, let us know your combinations down below as well. All right, guys, that's it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.